I do.
All right. That's it. I'm getting home before this thing really hits. I paid $132.50 for these shoes, and I ain't about to get them drowned in some rain.
Hey, honey, come on.
I ain't
Listen.
your honey. She's the one who's got her name on the marriage
Well,
list.
I can't marry her unless I got a witness.
Witness, some witness. You really know how to pick them, Pete. You really do.
Mr. Timmons. Listen, you will stay here, won't you?
Maybelline.
Yeah.
Maybelline Big.
Mr. Timmons.
Let's get on with it.
Well, when Miss Biggs mentioned the license, I see that it's expired.
No, the good one. The first stop. No, send up. What is that? What is that? Is that thunder?
Why, there's not a cloud in sight.
Well, I don't get... I heard something, and it
We know what you're
sounded
hearing.
like
Let me tell you what
thunder.
you're hearing. You're hearing the thunderous beating of my primal breath. Here. It's my heart. It gets like that every time I'm around you.
Yeah?
Yep.
Oh.
You want to go study?
Oh.
Wear my ID?
Really?
Okay.
I don't know. It's very serious.
Very serious?
Yeah,
Oh.
I don't think so.
How about, I'll let you off the hook and maybe just go on a date tomorrow night? There's a great new play opening.
I can't. No, I can't.
What?
I have a museum board dinner.
What museum?
What difference does it make? What museum?
I mean, if I'm going to escort you, I got to know what stuff to bone up on. I mean, I'm supposed to study art, history, what?
CJ, I wouldn't want you to put yourself through an evening like that.
Myself through what? I'll be with you.
I mean, all those other people, and I don't know. I just don't think that...
You don't think what?
I just don't think that you'd be terribly comfortable in a room with no one under 40.
You killed my father, didn't you?
What are you talking about?
This is the bullet they took from him. Recognize it?
Oh, my God.
What?
Well, this is the mark I used back then. That's the name. That's the way I signed my name.
Expired coffee joke.
It's gonna be. It's simple. It's simple. All I gotta do is change the date.
No, Mr. Simmons, not without a clerk. We don't do that. Mr. Simmons, there are a few procedures.
Procedures? I'm the district attorney. I know about procedures. I'll just change the date. I'll have it updated in my office, have it in your office by tomorrow noon. You have my word of honor.
Fine. We can have the ceremony then.
Oh.
Hi-oh.
Ah! No, not yet.
I think she's got a good idea.
What are you doing?
Leaving you at the altar, Bright Eyes.
Relax. I was just gonna tell the justice of the peace that you don't have to stand firm. Sometimes you can bend.
No,
the
sir.
rules.
Rules are rules, and if I start to bend them, what kind of a justice would I be? More to the point, what kind of a district attorney would you be?
You don't want to know.
Come on.
No,
please.
No, sir.
Please,
no,
this one.
Sir, that's not the way I operate. Now, if you want to do it tomorrow, just give me a call. That'll be fine. Good night, ma'am. I'm very sorry that we haven't been able to have this joyous occasion this evening.
Your Honor, sir, did you have a car out there?
Well, would you like a lift?
Oh, thank you. Do you know where the Coronado trailer park is?
Hey, thank you. Thank you, holy lot.
At least she won't get her shoes wet.
Listen, I'll make this up to you. I swear it.
And I thought I was going to have this little fairy tale wedding. Little did I know it'd be right out of the Brothers Grimm. And I do mean Grimm.
Was trying to be spontaneous, you know? I mean, sort of try to seize the moment. We just hit a couple of snags.
A couple of snags, Keith. First, you pick the most romantic spot in the world. Then, as a witness, you pick some girl who thinks wearing pasties is a new art form. And to top it off, you go for some marriage license?
Well, I was impetuous, you know. I mean, a guy blinded by love. Honey, just give me a few days and I will engineer a wedding such as the world has never seen.
No.
What do you mean, no?
Negative. Forget it. Tonight's the night. Unless you can marry me tonight, the whole thing's off.
Honey, tonight's over if you are. What, do you expect to get a judge?
Forget it.
What?
It's either done by midnight or you can kiss this bride goodbye.
What?
This is insane. Where did you get this
Cruz knows, don't you? You don't deny that that is one of your bullets. You recognized it the minute you saw it. Harry had it sent to me, Cruz, after he died. I guess he thought it was time I finally knew the truth.
Wait a second. There's something I don't understand here. Personalized bullets. I mean, who does that?
Yeah, I've been wondering the same thing.
You never told me you were stationed in Baghdad in 1982. Did you really think that I would never find out about that?
Baghdad? That's where your father was?
Yes. Ambassador Charles Bedford. How can you pretend not to know?
God, of course. I didn't know. I never made the connection, Andrea.
Damn it, Cruz, you killed him!
No, hey, wait a minute, Kane. I did not kill the man.
Don't lie to me! You were there! That's your bullets!
Wait a second. Andrea,
Richard told me that you did it!
Richard hated Cruz. He tried to have him killed. If anybody's lying, it's Richard.
No, Eden, the man was dying. He had nothing to gain by lying to me.
If Cruz said he didn't kill your father, he didn't.
I was there! I was in the car when he was killed. He died in my arms.
It was a tan Mercedes, wasn't it? It was a tan Mercedes he was riding with a Marine Guard and 2 embassy officials.
Yes!
How do you know?
Hi.
Hey.
I help myself. I hope you don't mind.
What do you mean you hope? Why would I mind? You're not a guest in this house.
Yeah, well, to tell you the truth, I really don't know what my role is around here anymore.
What do you mean what your role is? Your role is to relax and have a good time.
Right. Relax and have a good time, unless, of course, you're having a dinner with the board of trustees from the museum, and I'm supposed to jump on my skateboard and ride home, right?
TJ, don't do that.
Who are you sparing from this, anyway? Is it them or me?
I don't know what you're talking about. It's a stupid, dumb, boring, silly dinner that you wouldn't want to go to anyway.
What, you think I'm going to embarrass you? Is that it?
I'll tell you what I think. I think that I'm never asking you to go on a midnight swim with me again because the moon gets to your brain, you get paranoid.
Bull. I don't care if you don't want me to go to the dinner. That's fine, but don't give me this stuff about I can't go because I'm younger than everybody else, because that's garbage.
I didn't mean to imply that.
Okay. Anyway, come here. I had a chance to talk to a buddy of mine that's involved in corporate law today.
Yeah, why were you talking to a buddy of yours that was involved in corporate law today?
Because we talked before about the Armani Industries being sort of absorbed by Capwell.
Right.
And I got to thinking that maybe you would, I don't know, like to get control of the company again.
Well, I signed away my power of attorney.
Ah, that's what I talked to him about, and you can revoke that whole process with no hassles.
Really?
Mm-hmm, really. As a matter of fact, why don't you give him a call?
Are you... This guy said to you that I could acquire my company, I could get my company back with no penalties and with the assets.
Mm-hmm. Yes. As a matter of fact, you can call him anytime. Why don't you give it a shot?
I can call him anytime at all?
Anytime at all.
You mean I can call him right now?
Even now.
Maybe I'll call him. You want to come with me?
Could I?
Okay.
That'd be lovely.
No.
No. Why? What's wrong?
It's too aggressive.
Too aggressive? What are you talking about? I mean, it was yours to begin with.
I know, but Cece and I haven't even begun to discuss property or dividing or accounts.
Maybe it's time you started thinking
Well,
about
maybe it is time I started thinking about it, but could I just sleep on this?
On this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But thank you for being concerned about my welfare and...
I just want to make sure you get a fair deal.
Well, don't mind me. I need to get some things from my study.
Couldn't have waited until morning?
No, I need them for a breakfast meeting. I'm very sorry to disturb you from something so mundane as business.
We were actually just having a business discussion ourselves.
Oh, I see. Well, I would certainly call it that, too. If no other phrase came to mind except cradle robbing.
TJ and I were just discussing the possibility and the legalities of my requiring Armani Industries again.
You're doing what?
You heard me. I want my company back, and I never should have let you get your hands on it in the first place.
Isn't that interesting? I seem to remember you asking me to manage it. I remember you begging me, please, CC, deliver me from my executive agonies.
That's only one mistake I made, isn't it? And we both know the other ones I made.
You know, I'm not going to take the blame this time. I mean, I tried to let you off the hook, but you insisted on listening to me. And I needed to talk.
And look, I didn't turn into stone or anything. Fancy that.
I must be doing something wrong.
Was that an actual joke?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have been known to be, you know, somewhat lighthearted in the dim past. Maybe something's coming back. All right, well, I'll take off. Thank you very much. I'll remember what you said about running away.
Yeah, just keep in mind that it always sounds good at the time, but you almost always end up back where you started.
I couldn't have said that better myself.
I don't believe this.
Maybe you ought to follow your own advice, Margot. You know, I still don't know why you ran away.
Look, I don't know why you're here, but you're just making it harder for me.
Hey, you're a strong lady. You can deal with it. If you wanted to.
Yeah, I could deal with it, but you couldn't, and that's why I left.
You never gave me a chance.
This is pointless, totally pointless, and I just want you to leave.
I came a long way, Margot.
I didn't ask you to.
Yeah, but I... Hey, Margot, excuse me. Is this gentleman bothering you? Huh?
Yeah.
Good. I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave now.
Look, I know the lady. We're old friends.
Old friends, huh? Well, I guess absence didn't make the heart grow fonder because she don't look too friendly now, so...
Okay. But one of these days, my pride's not going to let me do this anymore.
I'm sorry.
All right. You okay?
Yeah, thanks. You just surprised me. I wasn't ready for it.
Get your glass of water, okay? Sit down.
Harry and I were in Baghdad for 6 months in '82. Richard was the control officer. He called me one day about a hit. A certain U.S. official who had been selling information to the soldiers.
Oh, that's a damn lie. Don't you dare try to justify what you did.
Andrea, I am trying to tell you what Richard told me. Now, he had his own reasons, obviously. You and I both know they had nothing to do with justice. Will you just give me a chance to explain this?
We just want the truth, okay, man?
I'm going to tell you the truth. He was vague about the details. I got a little bit nuts. I told him I wasn't about to do anything blind. I had no idea at the time that the ambassador was the target. He was adamant. Yeah, there was no way that I could be fully briefed until the morning of the assignment. I gave in. I waited for a call. The morning that came, I waited for the phone to ring. I started feeling bad. I got a pain in my gut. I don't know what it was. It kept getting worse. I started sweating all over. It was appendicitis. I swear to God. Harry called the medics. They took me out to a boat in the Gulf, and I had emergency surgery, and I was on that ship when your father was killed.
It's on the record, Andrea. You can look it up in the ship's logs.
Well, then who fired the shot that killed my father?
Well, I was laid up for about 2 weeks. When I got back ashore, Richard told me that the job had been reassigned. He didn't say to who. By that time, the event itself had made the papers, so I knew who had been killed. And I gotta tell you, I was real surprised because everything I'd heard about the ambassador up until then made him out to be an exceptional man.
Yes, he was. But that doesn't answer my question, does it?
Well, given the nature of the situation, I always assumed Richard killed him himself.
With one of your trademark bullets, huh?
Why would an agent use a marked bullet like that could be traced? The bullets were a joke.
A joke?
They were a joke. Harry's idea of a little bit of humor. He had taken to calling me the Lone Ranger that year because of an assignment we were both supposed to do together, and I ended up taking it alone. On my birthday, he came up with this box of initialized bullets as some kind of gag. Obviously, I never intended to use them. Richard was at the party. He was... Well, I remember him laughing. He could easily have gained access to the bullets.
Well, I'm very impressed. It seems you have an answer for everything.
You asked me the truth. I'm sorry it doesn't bring your father back.
And the only one who likes us to live at Ojai.
He's not the only one who likes me. He's the only one that I can get who will update the marriage license and perform the marriage on this short notice.
Oh, the only one that can be bought.
Why doesn't he come down?
Maybe he's in dreamland. It is 11 o'clock.
Waldo, wake up and come down here!
Wait a minute. The name is Waldo. I'm going to be married by a man named Waldo in his pajamas. It just gets better and better.
You're the one with the midnight deadline. Cancel the ultimatum if you're just fine with me.
You said you'd marry me tonight.
Waldo!
Wait. Pete, you're going to make him so angry, he's not going to have anything to do with us.
How am I going to get him down here? He's sleeping like a corpse.
Maybe he's not home.
There are 2 cars in the driveway. Of course he's home.
Well, maybe he has 3 cars. He said he takes a lot of bribes. Don't do that. No, not that card. That's the gold card. Don't do it with that.
It was the gold card.
Oh, please. I'll tell you what. I'm going to the car. I'm going to the car right now. It has been a peak experience being engaged to you, but I'm going to pass on the vows. What, are you crazy? That is private property.
Well, it'll wake Waldo up.
We're going to have to talk. Can I meet you at the club?
Sure. Are you gonna be okay?
Why? Are you doubling as a bodyguard?
I'll be fine. I'll see you there in an hour, maybe less.
I was wondering when we get down to business.
What is that supposed to mean?
Business of us. Furniture, property. Who gets the car, who gets the silver. Pretty soon our life will be bundled into boxes, labeled this side up, handled with care.
Oh, Cece, stop it. I haven't even talked to a lawyer yet.
Well, when are you going to? You already started grabbing your company back. Isn't this the next logical step?
If that's what you want.
Now, let me tell you what I don't want. I don't want this to go on any longer. You want to do something about it? Let's do something about it. Because I don't want to prolong the agony for either one of us.
Fine, let's do it right now, and it's going to coincide perfectly with Eden's wedding. But we could at least do her the courtesy of keeping quiet for a couple of weeks.
Yes, of course. I wasn't thinking. I need your advice.
My advice?
Remember that pearl necklace with the cameo that I bought her when she was going to get married to Cruz in Utah?
Of course.
Well, when she was lost, I locked it up. I couldn't bear to look at it.
I remember.
I wanted to have it now. Unless you think it would bring back sad times.
I think that she would love it, Cece. It was bought for her wedding, and the days finally arrived. Seems right.
I'll get it from the safe.
See? She'll look lovely in it.
Yes, she will. I was planning to say it was from both of us.
That's not necessary.
Seems right.
She did believe you. She'll investigate to be sure, but she knows you're not capable.
Not capable. I was efficient. I got those orders, and I executed them cleanly. I did exactly the same thing that got done that day. It was my job, you know what I mean? I mean, just the thought of it stops my heart in the middle of the night.
You were doing what you did for the good and safety of your country. You didn't know Richard was a double agent. You risked your life for what you believed in.
Well, a great deal of what I believed in was false.
And you came to terms with that, didn't you? Didn't you? That's why you left.
Some things you don't come to terms with.
What?
I didn't even remember the man's name.
Whose name?
Charles Bedford, her father. The man was murdered under the auspices of my organization. I read his obituary. I blew it out of my mind. How many weeks has she been talking about this? Her father, the ambassador who was assassinated, and I couldn't even put it together.
It doesn't surprise me.
Well, it surprises the hell out of me.
We block things out of our mind we don't want to remember. When things are too painful, we tend to bury them.
I will never be able to forgive myself for some of the things I did.
Cruz Castillo, I know you. Not only who you are, but what you have always been. If you made mistakes, it wasn't because you were careless or callous. It was because you were trying to do your best. And maybe, just maybe, you went about it the wrong way. Forgive yourself.
Thank God for you, babe.
You must have seen my face in the paper at least once. Keith Timmons, district attorney, prosecutes Cruz Castillo for murder of a local woman.
Don't recall.
What is it you don't get Santa Barbara papers or you don't read at all?
That's good strategy, Keith. Antagonize the only man who has keys that could get us out of here.
I'm sorry. It's just, you see, I was depending on my dear friend, the Honorable Waldo Emerson, to perform some secret nuptials tonight. Why don't you believe me?
I don't believe you because Judge Emerson is on vacation.
I just call him up. Put me on the phone. He'll verify who I am.
Don't know where he is. Some island somewhere.
Well, go back. Let's go find my wallet. Where I dropped it. I mean, I have my driver's license in there. Come on, my library card. What's the matter with you? Everything.
Hey, how could you do it? How could you lose all of your identification? How could you let this happen?
Oh, maybe because I wasn't paying attention. When I dropped it, I was too busy trying to conform to some midnight pronouncement to get married.
30 minutes. I don't think we'll make it.
Hey, Sheriff. You got a Bible in there? Me and Miss Kitty like to get hitched.
Did I hear somebody mention the good book?
Oh, great. This is better than room service.
The scriptures can bring great comfort, my son. Keep it for as long as you like.
Oh, but no, mister, that's very nice of you. But you see, actually, Keith never touches the Bible. He's afraid of some kind of chemical reaction. It might explode in his hands.
It was a joke, you know. I was asking the sheriff here if he could, perform a little wedding. Joke.
Well, then you really don't want to get married.
No, well, actually, my blushing bride and I would like to say our do's, but after we get out of behind bars.
Oh.
He was kind of sentimental that way.
Why wait? Why wait? I'd be more than happy to officiate. I have so presided on many occasions. I've done it a lot.
I think it's time for the Reverend to go nighty-night. Maybe you should help him to his cot?
Madam, I'm perfectly serious. The Reverend Wilson Addison Smithers of the Ojai Second Mission of the Revolution. Revelation.
Hallelujah! It's a miracle! Wow.
Let me out of here. Let me out!
Are you okay?
Well, yes, I'm okay, sure.
Good.
Yeah.
Cece didn't say anything to you haven't told her.
No, he seems to be resigned to the fact that I'm going to take back the company and there won't be any trouble.
I think it's going to be good things getting the power back.
Yes?
Well, there's been times you've told me you didn't feel like you're in control of your life, and I just feel getting the reins back to that company is going to change all that.
I hope I remember how.
It seems like riding a bike.
It's not like riding a bike.
Sure it is.
It's not like riding a bike. You ride a bike all by yourself. You run a company with a lot of other people, and it takes time, and I hope that you're interested.
What?
Yeah. Well, you're a good businessman. Look what you've done with this place.
Sophia, running this place is a little bit different than running a company. I think.
Come on, TJ. Now, you must have been thinking something about it when you called your lawyer friend for me.
Oh, I see. So the reason I called him is I wanted you to give me a job offer.
Well, no. But I know, but it could have been just in the back of your mind.
No. What was in the back of my mind was regaining something that was originally yours. That's all.
Oh. So does that mean you're not interested?
Well, I just feel right now my hands are real full right here. And I think you do real well without me. But I don't think I don't appreciate it.
Oh.
Because I'm very flattered.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I get you a drink?
Well, sure. That's all I'm gonna get, yeah.
Excuse me, lovely lady. Like to dance?
Oh, thank you very much. No, I'm with someone.
Kid? I thought he was...
Thought he was what?
Didn't think he was your date.
Excuse me, pal, can I help you?
Yeah. Pick up somebody your own age.
How about I dial 911 for you? Where are you going?
I'm going to powder my nose or put more makeup on or do something. I feel a sudden urge.
Sophia!
What is the most important here? What is the most important thing?
The most important thing is that I don't end up the wife of a man who would subject me to this ultimate humiliation.
What's so humiliating? I found an ordained minister to give us his blessing and to make us man and wife. What's wrong with that?
Oh, nothing. Nothing at all. As a matter of fact, the more I think about it, the more this room's beginning to look like one of those layouts in Bride and Groom. You know, the one with all the flowers and the candles and the beautiful music. And after we cut the cake, our loyal attendants will release a beautiful flock of white cockroaches.
Who needs that schmaltz? I mean, you're never one of the simpering cows that needs to be covered with chiffon, grazing on her own bouquet. I mean, those are boobs. Those are people that don't have an imagination. We have always flouted the establishment. We've always
been ostracized by the entire universe, Keith.
Listen.
Whoopee! Isn't this fun?
Got 14 more minutes, okay? Just 14 more minutes. 14 more minutes to take advantage of this. To make the promises. To make the promises I've always wanted to make. To promise to love you. To honor you. To cherish you. To keep you. Please. Don't let this chance slip by.
All right. Reverend, talk fast. Midnight will be here before we know what hit us.
Who was that guy?
His name is Mike.
Oh, so you know him?
Yeah, I did.
Something tells me I'm starting to ask too many questions. Huh?
No. No, actually, you're very, very sweet. It's just... I just don't deal with loose ends very well, I guess. I don't... Never been ready for that.
I'm sorry, I didn't know it was that long.
Look, Sophia, don't take that guy seriously. Right? The guy was wasted. He's a jerk.
I'm not. I didn't. I just didn't want to hear something like that tonight.
Tell me what you need to hear, okay? Because chances are I need to say it.
You always know the right thing to say. Do you think you can stand if I tell you one more time that I don't know what I'd do without you?
Uh-huh. Do you think you can stand if I tell you that all I want you to be is happy? You know, I'm in the house today, and Cece comes in, and I see this look come over your face, and there's all this stuff going on that I have no control over at all. It drives me nuts. I mean, I feel useless.
I know you do. I'm so sorry. He and I have a history together. We have kids together. That's a bond that's hard to understand unless you ever have it yourself. And no matter how angry I get with him or how bitter, these are just ties that you can't dissolve.
I understand that. I do.
Do you? See if you can understand this then. I'm gonna have to go home alone tonight.
Yeah, well, I'll try to understand that.
Okay? There's so many parts of my life that I'm hiding from right now, and it's changing so much, and I just need a little alone time to get inventory.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You call me Mom.
I'll call you, yes. I'll call you Mom. Thank you.
For what?
For being the one uncomplicated treasure that I have in this mess I've made of everything.
Andrea. Hi. Hi. Look, Eden, sorry doesn't begin to cover what I'd like to try. Yeah. Is Cruz here?
Yeah. Come on in.
Thank you.
Well, listen, this is really between the two of you, so I'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Okay.
So, did you, get the information you needed from the ship's log?
I wish I had taken your word instead.
Well, you're an agent. You know, the last thing you're trained to do is take anything at face value.
Look, Cruz, you have been very good to me. You took a chance on me when every decent instinct told you not to, and I don't feel that I have repaid you in kind.
Andrea, I know only too well what can happen to you when you've been living the kind of life you have. You see too many of your coworkers die, and you learn not to trust. Sometimes it's the only thing you can count on to keep yourself alive.
But still, I should have known. After I saw how hard it was for you to remember, and
I didn't know your father well, but I heard a lot about him. I read things about him, and he served his country well. What can you say? I feel terrible. His time shouldn't have been cut short.
No, I loved him so much. I miss him, you know. I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry that he didn't live long enough to see the woman that you've become. Because he'd have been proud.
Mom? Just looking for you.
Do you need something?
No. I was just saying if we could talk, you know. I know it's a little late.
It's not too late, and it's never too late. I mean, I'm glad to see you.
I know, I haven't been around much.
Because of TJ.
It's real fair of me, wouldn't it? Me making you have to choose me and him. I mean, if he's going to be here, then I can't be. Well, Ma, I found out that the only person that really loses is me.
I wouldn't say that.
Well, Ma, what I'm trying to say is, I miss you.
I just walked through that door and was afraid I'd be swallowed up by the emptiness in this house. Seeing you here is like a reprieve. We need each other, Ted, you and I.
No. I'm sorry it took me so long to say that, Mom.
Friends, we are gathered together here in the presence of this company to join this man and this woman in a bond of matrimony, which is an honorable estate and therefore not to be entered into unadvisedly, but reverently, indiscreetly, advisedly, and soberly.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Into this estate, these two persons present are here to be joined.
Reverend, do you think maybe you could cut to the crucial part and talk a little faster?
Well, yeah. Will you have this woman to be your widow wife? And will you love her, comfort her, honor, and keep her in sickness and in health and forsaking all others?
Did you hear that? He said forsaking all others, no matter how good a bump and grind they do.
Keep you only unto her so long as you both shall live?
I will.
And will...
4 minutes will make it.
And will you also...
No, it's my turn. He already said I will.
Oh.
He said I will.
Oh, yeah, yes, excuse me. And will you have this man as your wedded husband? Will you love him, comfort, and honor him, and keep him in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, keep you only unto him so long as you both shall live?
And let him be the matador and you be the bull every once in a while.
I will.
Then by the power vested in me,
Well, what's wrong with him?
Whoa.
What?
Hey. I think his batteries ran out.
By the power vested in me?
Excuse me, please. And now I'd like to offer a hymn to the happy couple. Drink to me only with thine eye, and I will play.
You never pronounced this man and wife.
58 seconds.
I beg your pardon?
I now pronounce you man and wife. You have to say that or we're not married.
Oh yes, of course.
Say it!
Okay. I now pronounce you man and wife.
May I kiss the bride?
If you know her that well.
It was very good, wasn't it? I mean, a few hitches here and there. But we got the job done. Now, listen, I mean, if you have any heart at all, you're going to let us share a cell, you know? I mean, after all, it's our wedding night. Come on, man. It's legit. Come on.
Except for the preacher.
Oh, wait a minute. What do you mean? He said he was from the mission of the Church of the Revelation or something.
25 years ago, they kicked him out for boozing.
You have to tell him that.
Feel better now?
Yeah. I feel like I learned something.
What's that?
Well, you look at Andrea and you see a person who's basically postponed her life. You know, all these years she's been directing herself toward one thing, and what does she get for it?
Yeah, I know.
And I feel like I've been tiptoeing around the same kind of mistake, you know? I mean, you and me, we go to Hawaii, we had our shot right there. We should have just gotten married when we got off the plane. Instead, I let something else come along and sidetrack me, and now just look at all this time that we lost.
But we're still together, and we're gonna get married. And that's all come from the fact that I am obstinate, and I refuse to let you alone for 1 minute. 1 minute.
I know. I'm an idiot. But this time, it's gonna happen, I swear to God. Nothing. No matter what, we're gonna get married. No matter what.
A week from Friday.
A week from Friday.
Mm-hmm.
If we have to stay in this house to make sure that nothing comes up to knock us off of that plan, then we'll just stay in the house.
We're gonna stay in the house.
Just to be safe.
Never go out.
Well, we have a phone. We can call out for pizza.
What could we do with ourselves alone in the house for 2 weeks?
Well, I don't know.
You were right again. He was wonderful. They both were.
So how do you feel, Mom?
I should feel relieved. It's finally over.
You don't?
You know what it is? Sometimes I used to wake up at night and ask myself why. Why was I chasing this assassin day after day, year after year? Why couldn't I just give up and go on with my life? The answer that I never said out loud was that was the only way I could keep my father alive. I didn't cry at the funeral. Because if I cried, that would mean it was true. And so I just kept chasing his assassin. Because that way my father would be with me always, you know? But now...
What?
Now I really have to say goodbye.